I don't know about you, but I'm tired of having to invite you to visit the common places and customs of Peru. You always have to focus on ceviche and Cusco, when there are many other places and topics, so Peru will also be famous. Alright, we have mountains of seven colors, very possibly the oldest urban center in America, Chifa, and also the Condor Mendoza. Since there are so many topics to talk about Peru, which have already been straight in videos and magazines inviting foreigners to visit it. What could it be in which Peru has not yet become famous? Has a lot to offer. So Peruvian places offer it as scary places. Choosing, in my opinion, some of the scariest places that you can visit in Peru at low cost and safely. Located in Ancash Street next to the Angel Cemetery, the San Joaquin Pavilion in the Price Maestro Cemetery was opened in 1924, a place intended for those who did not deserve holy burial. Frida Kahlo said, before the existence of this pavilion, these people were buried in mass graves or left out in the open. The Suicide Pavilion, itself name already gives a halo of horror. Visiting it at night is the best time to feel the heaviness of the atmosphere and take advantage of the little lighting of the place. Some of the stories that are related to the Suicide Pavilion are like the one of the pharmacist Carlos, no name, lover of a businesswoman, owner who committed suicide after murdering her, or Long Tom, a Chinese barber who murdered his clients in Chinatown, also called Calle Capón, and when he was discovered opted for suicide. And yes, we can find their tombstones in that pavilion. You can visit that pavilion at night and safely by purchasing tickets from different tourism companies, which provide within the package the transport service. 1844 was the year the United States requested several Latin American countries to break relationships with enemy countries such as Japan, Germany, and Italy. Peru declared war on Germany. From that moment, some German ships were arrived in Callao. Some of them chose to set sail and sink rather than to be confiscated and arrested. One of those ships sank near San Lorenzo Island, and its sinking was so fast that many of the crew members were unable to leave the ship. Today, artisanal fishermen, every time they visit San Lorenzo Island, declare that some misty nights they can see signs of light calling for help. However, there is no ship at sea, nor on the radars. Different tourist companies offer the transport service to the island departing from Callao's port. Do you dare to spend a night there? The convent of San Francisco was built in 1535, has Baroque architecture and one of the most complete ancient libraries in the world with almost 25,000 books of theology, philosophy, history, and literature. In contrast to the arts that shelters this church, we find that beneath it weaves a network of crypts that is believed to reach the Callao's port. These crypts are composed of endless passages, ramshackle and rusty cells, and wells of up to 10 meters full of bones and skulls, remnants of massacres and tortures of the colonial era. The workers of the place claim to have observed in their night shift elderly monks levitating among the passageways of the church towards the catacombs. You can visit the historic place only from morning to afternoon hours in the same church of San Francisco in central Lima. It was in 1666 that the Spanish nobleman arrived at Villa Yanaguara to serve as a commander. This nobleman married a 20-year-old Arequipa lady. Because the Spaniard traveled a lot and the relationship had a considerable age difference, infidelity arose between the Arequipa lady and a servant of the house. Upon discovering this infidelity, the Spaniards subjected both lovers to bloody torture that left them on the brink of death. The commander coldly calculated his acts so he could cover them alive on one of the walls of the house. The house went from owner to owner, and all reporters explained situations such as the noise of chains and shallow swaying from sunset. Some say one of those many owners found the wall containing the bodies. He destroyed it, but the wailing ghost did not cease. You can visit Yanawara's haunted house in the monumental area of Yanawara, exactly at 405 Sela Street, or contact a tour company for a guided tour. These places I've described are some of many scary places that Peru has, and you can visit them safely. Since there are tourist companies that offer guided tours, prices are affordable. Each person would pay, saying it, and exaggerating 35 soles, including the transport. But there are other scary places with halos of mystery that are not easily accessible to tourists, for reasons of private property or restricted property and crime, such is the case of Quinta Herring and the haunted Waka at Asia Beaches. Come and meet Peru. Peru is also scary.